Good morning, YouTube. We'll get started in just a second. Just getting all my different devices streaming. I know there's so many to set up. Day 5 of this. I am super stoked. Hope you guys have been enjoying these workouts. All right, let's add Instagram to the mix. Let's see. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is our final day of live streaming these workouts this week. But I've honestly been having so much fun. I think I'm going to keep doing this in some capacity, maybe not daily, but at least weekly. Who has tuned in for at least one of the workouts this week? Whether you did it later or you did it live with me, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling. I am definitely sore. We did a lot of lateral squats yesterday. My adductors are feeling it. Also, my outer glutes. I think Cliff, shout out Cliff, he calls these the crevices of our bodies. We definitely got into them yesterday, and we will be again today because we do have a lateral squat in the flow that we're going to be learning. And a little call out about these flows. If you don't know about my program, Kettleclub, this is kind of the day that this program is built on. So coming up on 3 years, January 3rd will be officially my 3-year anniversary of Kettleclub existing. When I first started it, it was a class. It was really a workshop, a 3-weekend-long workshop. It was only intended to be that, but by the end of that 3rd weekend, I was having just the best time. And everyone else was too. And it felt like this cool little community that honestly I had never found in Atlanta prior to then. I had never really experienced that kind of camaraderie in the fitness space in Atlanta until then. When I was in other cities, when I was in Austin, when I was in New York, my friends in LA, like it felt like that. But finally in Atlanta, for those of y'all who live here, you already kind of know this, it's hard to find those groups of like healthy living individuals. So it was just really neat to find those people. And I was like, oh, this isn't going anywhere. We're going to keep doing this. So then we started meeting every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. It was so cool. The class grew to be so big. And that led to me building a program out of it, which I then put on an app the following year. And that was kind of the start of me realizing I wanted to go this different direction of kind of being more in the wings and helping other coaches, figure out how to bring their classes to life via a program and then put it on a platform as well. So it's been kind of a fun journey, and I'm excited to show you guys this workout today because, again, this is kind of like the flagship day of my program, although my personal favorite day is any day that we have snatches. But today we do have a tactical snatch, and that was one that we kind of addressed yesterday on Big Brain Day. So we'll be going over everything extensively. We're going to be building 2 complexes today that are then going to build into the flow, which we're going to do for time. Let's go ahead and start on the floor in tabletop. Let's get into these crevices of our bodies, and then we will get to work. Let's start in tabletop, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, going into cat-cow. Let's go 3 more. Bring the right arm to the outside of your hand. You can come up onto your knuckles to give you a little bit more room to move. And we're going to go through cat-cow 5 more times. Now we're really going to be feeling the adductors. Take your time here, no rush. Today is one of those days where you're going to need a medium bell. You can even toy with a light bell. I would not suggest a heavy bell because we are going to be going for pretty long rounds. So I just want you to have something that you can settle into a flow state and not be so concerned about the weight of the bell, dropping it, those sorts of things. Go ahead and switch feet, and let's keep going. 5 cat-cows. This side's really tight for me. I might do 6 or 7. If you never do lateral squats, you're definitely sore. Is this true? Do you guys feel that from yesterday? Let me know. I know a lot of the people that did the workout may not be live on here right now because of the time, but let me know later if you're sore. All right, I want to come to a tall or standing position, not tall position. So hands are going to be by your side, palms open. I want right knee up at hip height, and we're just balancing. So I'm squeezing my glute, locked out my leg. This is very similar to day 2 of this program. And from here, I'm going to lock out this leg and just hold. So I don't know if y'all can see my shadow on the wall there because I didn't do my lighting right. I'm missing a light. It's kind of funny. I guess YouTube is going to have 2 of me today. All right, do 2 more of these. So locking out and holding and bend. 1 more, lock out and hold, and bend. Now kick your leg behind you, not too far behind, but behind, legs on the same plane, and grab your foot. It's kind of sexy, I don't know. I kind of like it, a little shadow. All right, so let your hand go, keep your foot in the air. From here, we are going to extend our leg down and curl it back up without arching our back. So I'm going to be here so that y'all can see. So from this position that I just let go of, I'm keeping my hip tucked. Ooh, apparently I'm having a hard time balancing too. And we're going to extend the leg to touch the toe on the floor. And then keeping this glute squeezed and hip tucked, we're going to curl up. We're then going to go back down and curl up. Kind of like bar class, huh? 1 more. Good. Just because I sling around it all the time doesn't mean I can't be graceful too. All right, let's do the other side. Left knee up at hip height. You're going to extend and hold. And bend. Extend and hold. And bend. 1 more. And bend. Kick your leg behind you. Keeping your hips tucked. Grab your foot. Ooh, almost got it. And then from here, catch your balance. From here, you're going to let your hand go. You're going to extend and curl. And the whole time, we're keeping that glute squeezed, which is going to keep our pelvis tucked. 2 more. Hamstring cramps may be happening. That's all right. And good. So you should have definitely felt like the belly of your hamstring waking up, which is great. We want that. All right, I'm going to just try to expand my screen here. Scoot YouTube back a little bit. So definitely in the frame. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into, well, technically, we got 1 more thing to do. We've got our floor scorpion, so coming down to the floor, arms out in front of us, and then we'll get into it, because I want to make sure we address the shoulders. So palms are out in front, palms are up, toes are in the floor, fly your hands off the ground, and around to your hips, going into internal rotation. Back around to the front, external rotation. 4 more times. Two more. One more. And arms out to T. Let's hit a floor scorpion, 1 per side. And let's do supine twist, one per side. Hug your knee in, opposite arm will pull across. Keep both shoulders on the floor. Come back in, other side. All right, and I'm gonna try something really quick. This, I want to go up. Nice. Success. Excellent. All right, that was bothering me yesterday. I wanted to fix it today. Okay, so we've got this flow today. I'm super excited to teach it to you guys. We're gonna be doing the complexes for rounds and then the flow rounds for time. All right, so we're going to have two different complexes, as I mentioned before. Each of those has a few movements in it. So I'm gonna go one movement at a time, make sure that we've got it, and then we'll cycle the complex for like a working round. So grab your kettlebells. The first thing we're gonna be doing is our figure 8 to outside tactical clean. Anytime I say outside, it means rotation. Anytime I say inside, it means rotation, but it's a different rotation. So if I say outside, that means the hand holding the kettlebell has the kettlebell on the back of my body, the outside of my body. If I say inside, it means the kettlebell hand is on the inside of my body, the front of my body. So outside is back behind me, inside is in front toward you guys, okay? So let's start with figure 8 to outside tactical clean. We'll face the front, swing back and park. We'll do it again one more time on that side and then repeat on the other. Right hand on the bell. Figure 8 like we did yesterday. Tactical clean and rotate when you catch it. That's what makes it outside. Come back to the front, swing back and park. So we're going with the natural feel of what that figure 8 is bringing, which is that rotation around our body. Figure 8, outside tactical clean. Come back to the front, swing back and park. Let's do it twice on the other side. Figure 8, outside tactical clean. Swing back and park. Figure 8, outside tactical clean. Swing back and park. Okay, so we have another rotation. After we catch in the outside tactical clean, we're going to rotate across to the inside rack position. From there, I'm going to punch the bell away. I'm going to let it sweep across, and I'm going to catch in an inside tactical clean. So I'm using rotation to get under and into the bell. All right, I'm going to show you once. It's kind of intricate. I will say there's the chance of a drop. I feel pretty confident that I'm not going to, but now I'll knock on wood. I really don't want to. But if you're on and around stuff that'll break, pillows are a good idea. Being on a gym floor that's rubber versus like concrete or hardwood would be smart. Okay, so I'm going to show you this really quick and then you'll practice with me. So it's going to be the figure 8 to outside tactical clean. From there, I'm going to rotate across. I'm going to punch the bell away. Palm will be down. I'm going to let it sweep across. Palm toward me at this point, and then catch underhand with this other hand. So from here, punch, catch, underhand. I'm going to do it one more time the other way because I'm actually set up perfectly for it. So punch, catch, underhand. All right, so let's try just the figure 8 to outside tactical clean, rotate across, and then do that other hand switch of the punch to inside tactical clean. Right hand, figure 8, outside tactical clean, rotate, punch, inside tactical clean. Face the front, swing back and park. Let's do it on the other side. Figure 8, outside tactical clean, rotate across, punch, inside tactical clean. All right, so that is our first complex. So what we're going to do is take a little breather, and then we're going to cycle that for 3 rounds per side. After that, we'll move on to the next complex, okay? So just take a little second here. Do we have any comments, questions, concerns? Let me know. We are alive this morning. Make sure I'm not missing anyone over here. Nope. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions. I didn't see anything pressing, but if you have questions about the hand switches, I know that tactical cleans can be intimidating, but they're, I would say, one of the easiest first hand switches to learn. And that's why I have it in this first flow of the program. Even though this is volume 3 of my program, it is still going to have people learning new things and needing refreshers. So I always make the flows in order that way as well. So the first flow of volume 3 is arguably easier than the last volume, or the last flow of volume 2. That makes sense. All right, let's start. Let's do 3 rounds per side and then we'll move on. Right hand on, figure 8 outside tactical clean, rotate across, punch to inside tactical clean, face the front, swing back and park, other side. Figure 8 outside tactical clean, rotate across, punch, sweep across, inside tactical clean, swing back and park. 2 more times per side, figure 8 outside, rotate, punch inside, face the front. Figure 8 outside, rotate, punch, inside tactical, face the front. 1 more per side, figure 8 outside, rotate, punch, inside tactical clean. Final 1. Rotate, punch, inside tactical clean. And park. And honestly, that in itself is a flow. Okay, you don't even need to add more stuff to it, but we're going to. But I would say bookmark that one. That is such a great flowy complex. You can do it with a medium, maybe even a medium heavy bell, once you kind of learn the choreography of it. And what's great is all this rotation is core work, y'all. And it's mobility, it's loaded mobility, it's so cool. So that is complex 1. We're gonna move on to complex 2 now, which is going to address some of the things that we had yesterday. One of which being the tactical snatch, the second being a windmill. The only thing we didn't cover was a switch swing, but I would say probably most watching this, if you're a kettlebell enthusiast, you know a switch swing, but there are many ways to do it. I'm gonna be teaching the overhand to overhand, where you kind of sneak your other hand in, but you can absolutely do one where you open your palm and go palm to palm as well. Let's go ahead and warm up with them. Let's do 3 per side of the overhand to overhand, where you're sneaking that other hand in. And then let's do 3 per side of the ones where you're switching palm to palm. So there's gonna be a bit of rotation as you come up. That's honestly the way that I learned. It feels a little bit more approachable, less risk, okay? But let's start with the palm to, or overhand to overhand. Right hand on, swing back, and switch at the apex. I'm just sneaking that other hand over as it's floating. Now palm to palm. Rotating my hand neutral as it floats. And rest. Does that feel all right for everyone? So pick one that you're gonna do. I don't care which one you do. Just pick one of the 2 and stick with it, okay? Or you can go back and forth if you'd like. So now what we're going to do is our tactical snatch into the windmill. Now yesterday we were learning the figure 8 tactical snatch. We're just going to do the one from the hike position, swinging back, tactical snatch. And we're going to use a tactical clean to warm it up today. So let's do this, 2 per side of dead stop hike tactical cleans. So from the hike position, swinging back, catching underhand in the other hand, swing back and park. Do it again up to the left shoulder. I'm starting overhand, I'm swinging back, I'm catching underhand in my other palm. I will typically cue for new people to already have your hand here ready to catch. Go ahead. All right, swing back and park. Other hand ready to go. So that you don't forget to bring it up, okay? So there's our tactical clean. Now what we're gonna do is catch in the tactical clean and do a strict press overhead, swing back and park. Tactical clean, strict, swing back and park, just one per side. Let's start with the left hand on, tactical clean, strict press, swing back and park, tactical clean, strict press, swing back and park. Now, we're gonna try to catch and immediately press. So we're still catching here, but immediately going into the strict press. It's not a push press, it's just smoothing out the edges between catching and pressing. So let's try it. So try to use the momentum of that catch to continue it overhead. Left hand to right, tactical clean, immediately press it. Swing back and park. Tactical clean, immediately press. Swing back and park. Now we're going to catch a little higher. We're going to try to do what's called a high clean. So we're catching around eye level and then immediately press it. Okay, it doesn't have to be so immediate that you drop the bell or you lose control. Just make sure that right after catching it, you can use some of that energy of that upward movement of the bell to continue it overhead. Left to right, high tactical clean, and press. Oops, I made that really smooth. It looked just like a tactical snatch. All right, right hand to left, high clean, and press. Now, what I kind of accidentally already did was I smoothed it out so much that you wouldn't know the difference between a high clean and press and a tactical snatch. So, catch, immediately get it overhead, still catch in eye level, because as any juggler would tell you, you want your hand switches happening in front of your face as much as possible so that you can actually see what's happening. Otherwise, you might drop the bell. Okay, how are we doing here? Let's try it. Nice and smooth, overhead, tactical snatch. It's just like that. High clean and press, just a little smoother, okay? Left hand to right. There's your tactical snatch. Now I am teaching overhand to underhand. I'm not even going to teach overhand to overhand in this setting. I'm going to be honest, it's because I could drop the bell and this is plum. I'm standing on a set, so I'm not going to teach it. It's a little too high risk, but there are many videos on the internet where you can teach yourself how to pull up and let it flip over your wrist. I will say it doesn't really flow as well, and in this situation of this flow, this one makes a lot more sense, just because of how we're approaching everything in the flow. So we're using that tactical snatch to get the bell overhead. From there, we're going to spin our feet and hit a windmill. I want to warm up the windmill body weight first, and then we'll add a bell to it. Let's go right hand overhead, palm facing the front of the room. Keep your chest facing the front of the room. Spin your feet 45 degrees, so to the left, okay? If your right hand's overhead, feet are facing the left. Feet should not be a super wide stance. They should be kind of narrow because we want our feet to stay in our midline as our hip goes back and our chest goes forward. They're going to be equidistant from our center, our midline, which is our feet. So right hand overhead, chest is facing the front of the room, feet are to the left. We're going to push back into the right hip, look up and over at the bell or your hand, and keep your eyes glued to it. I'm finding tension in both legs, although the front one's going to have a bit more bend than the back one. I'm coming down until my elbow is anchored on the inside of my knee, especially because it's going to help us open up even more to look up at our hand. Come back up. I'm now going to have you think of something really specific. In this next windmill, this next body weight windmill, I'm going to have you think of squeezing your shoulder blade down and definitely keeping your palm facing in front of the room, because it's going to allow your lat and your oblique to connect. It's also going to open up all of this in your neck so that you can more comfortably look up and control that weight and have the strength of your whole core supporting that kettlebell and not this internal rotation, which effectively cuts off everything below the shoulder, okay? So right hand overhead, I've still got my feet twisted to the left, chest is forward, I look up and over, push back, and I'm immediately feeling for that lat oblique connection. I'm really squeezing my shoulder blade down in the direction of my hip. So depressing the shoulder blade. And all of that is going to open up my neck to be able to turn my head to look up, and also to rotate into this very open chest, thoracic rotation. Come back up. That's your windmill. Let's do 2 body weight on the other side, and then we'll add a belt to it. Left hand overhead, spin your feet to the right, look up and over, push back in the hip. Keep this arm locked out, anchor your elbow, or your forearm. If you feel like too tight to go down that far, that's totally fine. Just straighten out that bottom. All right, opening the chest. Get into where it's comfortable, and then come back up. One more with the the intention of squeezing the shoulder blade down, finding that lat oblique connection. All right, and push back. Keep that palm facing the front of the room. Like I said, if you turn it internally, it's going to cut off your lat. We don't want that. And come up. All right, let's add a bell to it. Let's use a tactical snatch to get the bell overhead. And then from there, we're going to get 1 per side of the windmill. So left hand on, tactical snatch, up to the right side, spin your feet to the left, look up and over, push back in the head. Open chest, anchor your elbow to the inside of the knee. And after a few seconds, stand up, pull down and park. And now let's go right hand up to left overhead. Spin the feet, look up and over, windmill. Arm stays locked out, palm stays facing the front of the room. Come down to the elbow on the inside of the knee, and come back up. All right, y'all, we're almost done with this second complex. The last thing is going to be a switch swing. So we're going to go left hand up to right for the tactical snatch. Right windmill. From there, pull down to the shoulder, switch swing, and then we're going to go tactical snatch again. Windmill, pull down, switch swing, so that we can get 3 rounds on one side before switching sides, okay? So let's go left hand on, tactical snatch up to the right, right windmill, pull down to the shoulder, switch swing, immediately into a swing back, tactical snatch. This is essentially taking out the need to park the bell. Okay, let's do it. Left hand, tactical snatch, windmill, really slow here. Pull down to the shoulder, switch swing, tactical snatch, windmill. Pull down, switch swing, tactical snatch, windmill. Do 1 more switch swing and then we'll park the bell. All right. Now we're going to go right hand up to left, tactical snatch. We'll hit the windmill, we'll hit the switch swing. We got it 3 rounds. Let's do it. Right hand on, tactical snatch, left windmill. Pull down, switch swing, tactical snatch, windmill. Pull down, switch swing, tactical snatch, windmill. 1 more switch swing and then we'll park the bell. And that is how you do it. How do we feel about that? I'm gonna check, make sure no one is like just dying with questions. Seem good. All right, cool. Let's keep it rocking. So now we're gonna put everything together. We're gonna learn the flow, And from there, I just want to check the time. This is actually perfect timing. We're going to learn the flow, and then we're going to do 2 rounds of 2 minutes on the flow, okay? You can absolutely keep ripping on it, but as always, I made this a very educational forward live, and so we're approaching the end of our session time. So in order for bodybuilding to start on time, that's how we're going to do it. Now, there's one last piece that I have not had in either of the complexes that we will have in the flow, which is the lateral squat. So let's warm that up first with body weight, and then we'll get rocking on the whole flow. So move your kettlebell out of the way. I'm going to be facing this way for the rest of the class so that I can move on my mat. Okay, so start in the middle of your mat. We're just going to step out. Don't worry about the knee drive that we did yesterday. Just step out for a lateral squat. Come in, go the other way. Lateral squat, come in. See how they feel different. My left hip is definitely tighter than my right. It's also more sore. Think of pushing through the toes, but also having the heel on the floor. Think of chest staying proud because you're going to have a kettlebell in the front rack position. And once you feel warm, come back to the center. Let's learn this thing. So the place where we're going to put the lateral squat is effectively between the 2 complexes. We are going to put complex 1 and 2 together to build the flow. We're going to do figure 8 outside tactical clean. We're going to rotate across. We're going to hit inside to inside tactical clean. From there, I'm going to rotate forward and drop into a lateral squat. So the side that I rotated toward, so I was rotating forward, I'm now going to keep going that direction. Hit that lateral squat. From here, I've got tactical snatch, my windmill, and then from there, a switch swing to then go into figure 8 outside tactical clean. That's really the reason that I have that switch swing in there, besides just trying to get more rounds on one side before the other. In this case, it is our side switch so that we don't have to park the bell. The downside to it, for those who are beginners, is it really quickens the pace of the flow. So coming out of that switch swing, it's immediately a figure 8. So I'm going to give y'all the option to park the bell and do the figure 8 from there. And that's what I'm going to show you in the flow demo right now. And then I'll also show you the other option, okay? Let's start with our right hand on the bell. For a figure 8 to outside tactical clean, catching in that outside right rack position. So I'm going to be facing away from y'all for that. Right hand on. Figure 8 outside tactical clean. Rotate across. We're in the inside rack. We're going to punch, sweep across, inside tactical clean. From here, I'm going to rotate forward and drop into a left lateral squat. Okay, and that rotation forward gives energy to that direction of where I'm dropping, okay? From here, I'm going to swing back, tactical snatch. We're into complex number 2. Spin the feet, windmill. Pull down, switch swing, and then park the bell for now. But as you'll notice, we're in the correct hand to go into the other side. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Figure 8 outside tactical clean. Rotate across, inside rack to inside tactical clean. Rotate forward, hit a right lateral squat. Swing back, tactical snatch. Spin the feet, windmill. Pull down, switch swing, park the bell. That's our flow. Not too bad, huh? It would be crazy if I just threw all of that at you in one block. That is why I broke it up the way that we did. And it's interesting, like taking 10, 15 minutes away from the first complex and then coming back to it, you're like, oh, I know this, because it kind of marinated in your head for a second. So that's kind of the cool thing about flows, depending on how you build them. If you build them in a strategic way, in an intelligent way, and it all makes sense, then it's actually really easy to remember the choreography. I definitely think of it in chunks like that and not just boom, 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 okay? So again, if it's your first day doing a flow, it might still feel difficult, but I will tell you, my first time teaching flows was 3 years ago. I was scared shitless to teach that flow. I have settled into a groove now, and this is definitely the way to teach flows. I've tried it all sorts of different ways, and this one just feels the best for everyone. I would say the majority. So if you're trying to build your own flows, I would suggest breaking them up into blocks like this. Let's now practice the flow with no break on the floor. So coming out of the switch swing, it's going to immediately go into figure eight outside tactical clean. So just know that going into it. And there's going to be another thing that I'm going to call out here. While we're on one movement, I want you to be thinking of the next. So I'm going to be cueing one movement ahead. So while I'm doing the figure eight outside tactical clean, I'm going to say catch and rotate. Okay? As I'm rotating, I'm going to say inside to inside tactical clean. The reason is because I don't want it to look and feel robotic. I want it to kind of settle into a groove. Okay? Let's go right hand on. Figure eight outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside to inside tactical clean. Face the front, lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Windmill. You'll pull down, switch swing, and then figure eight outside tactical clean. Are we all in the left front rack facing the left side of the room? If we're not, go ahead and get there. I'm going to wait a few seconds. All right, I'm assuming we're all holding with the left hand, facing the left side of the room. Now rotate across, inside rack to inside tactical clean. Face the front, and we're going to hit that lateral squat. Tactical snatch comes next. Left windmill. We're going to pull down, switch swing, hit another figure eight outside tactical clean. Because I just wanted us to get that rep in of doing that second hand switch. How does it feel? All right, money. Let's do this thing. 2 rounds. I'm going to make them closer to 1.5 minutes. And then we'll move over to barbell, okay? I am loving this. This has been so fun. Here we go, y'all. Final, 4 minutes of kettlebell me this week. Let's hit it. Right hand on. Figure eight outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack to inside tactical clean. Lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Windmill. Pull down. Switch swing. Figure eight outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack to inside tactical clean. Lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Windmill. Pull down. Switch swing, figure eight, outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack to inside tactical clean. Lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Right windmill. Pull down. Switch swing into the figure eight. Outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack to inside tactical clean. Rotate lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Windmill. Pull down, switch swing, straight into the figure eight. Outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack to inside tactical. Lateral squat. Tactical snatch. Windmill. Pull down. Switch swing. Figure eight. Outside tactical clean. Rotate across. Inside rack and hold with the left hand to inside tactical clean. Down in the right, lateral squat. tactical snatch, windmill, pull down, switch swing, and park. I know that was a lot. That was fast. It was flowy though. It was fun for me. I'm going to slow it down for this next one. So I know we really ripped through it, but we're going to go for now a minute round of kind of slower again. Just one round per side. I want to make sure everyone has it. And then if you want to continue doing this for 5 more rounds of 2 minutes, that would be amazing. That would be a really great full body workout. You don't really need to do anything else other than that. Or you can go join me for some cleans next door. So let's go ahead and do this for 1 more minute, 1 more round per side, and I'm going to make it a little bit more choppy just to make sure everyone is on the correct hand and y'all got it. But also keep in mind, I'm going to post the recording of this and it'll have the breakdown of the flow in the caption so you can bookmark it for later. Here we go, right hand on. Figure 8, outside tactical clean. So we're right hand facing the right side of the room. Rotate across to the inside rack position. Punch, inside tactical clean. So left hand is now on the bell. Face the front, lateral squat to the left. From here, swing back, tactical snatch. Right hand is overhead. Windmill. Pull down. Switch swing, figure 8, outside tactical clean. Left hand is on the bell. Rotate across your body to the inside rack position. Punch, inside tactical clean. Right hand is on the bell. Face the front, right lateral squat. Swing back, tactical snatch. Left hand overhead, windmill. Pull down. Switch swing and park. So we parked with the hand that we started with, all right? Y'all, that is what a flow looks like in my program. It is easier in the program because with more rounds of the complexes, more coaching cues from me, and obviously following the program every day and having all of that to lean on, it makes it just a little bit easier. But I will say in class, that is how I teach it, and so far so good. So if you have any questions, obviously it's harder like this versus in person or in my program, so this is probably the hardest version of it. But if you have any questions about the flow, if you just want some more insight on any of that, happy to help. And it's time for barbell now. So anyone who wants to do cleans with me, we got power cleans going on in 2 minutes, so I'll be back on in a sec. But again, bookmark this for later to practice. The more times you practice it, the easier it's going to get. This is definitely the highest choreography day of the program, but it's the most fun. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you again for tuning in to all of these live workouts this week. It was really fun for me. I don't know about y'all. But I really enjoyed it. So I'll definitely be doing these more often again, like I used to do during COVID. So thank you all. See you later. Thank you, YouTube.